If you walked through London in the early 1700s, you wouldn't see the polished postcard version of the city we know today. You would smell smoke long before you saw elegance. You would hear shouting from market stalls, the creaking of ships along the Thames, the clatter of horse-drawn carriages over uneven stone. London was loud, crowded, ambitious, and unstable. It was a city still haunted by catastrophe, yet driven by hunger for power. And somehow, in that chaos, it was becoming the most influential city in the world. By the early 18th century, London had already survived disaster. The Great Fire of 1666 had destroyed much of the medieval city. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to ash. Thousands were left homeless. But what followed was not collapse, it was reinvention. Architects like Sir Christopher Wren were tasked with rebuilding a capital worthy of an empire that was just beginning to stretch across continents. London wasn't simply repairing damage, it was redesigning itself. Stand above the River Thames and look eastward in the mid-1700s. The river is not peaceful, it is crowded, alive, congested with commerce. Dozens of sailing ships move slowly through the water, their masts forming a forest of wood and rope against the skyline. Barges carry timber, sugar, spices, textiles. The Thames is not decoration, it is London's bloodstream. Everything flows through it: goods, wealth, ideas, ambition. And rising above it all is St. Paul's Cathedral. Completed in 1710, its massive dome dominates the skyline. After the fire destroyed the old cathedral, Wren's design became a symbol of resilience. It wasn't just a church, it was a statement. London had fallen and rebuilt itself stronger. Nearby stands the monument to the Great Fire, a reminder carved in stone that catastrophe can reshape destiny. But while the skyline projected power, life on the ground was far more complicated. Travel west toward what would become the fashionable districts of the West End. Elegant squares began rising here, carefully planned spaces meant to reflect order and wealth. St. James's Square, developed in the late 17th century and refined in the 18th, became one of the most exclusive addresses in London. Dukes and earls competed for homes there. The muddy chaos that once defined parts of the city was replaced with structured geometry, landscaped gardens, and symmetry. But only streets away, poverty remained visible. London was a city of extremes. While aristocrats dined under chandeliers, laborers crowded into narrow alleys. Disease still moved quickly in dense neighborhoods. Sanitation was inconsistent. Wealth and struggle existed side by side.